Hello to all of you and welcome to Car Question. This week we're trying something different. We're gonna try a compact sedan and it's the new Toyota Yaris. If you're living in the USA, you're gonna see this car, but not with the same logo. It's gonna be the Scion IA. So completely redesigned for 2016. We're not gonna hide things. They produced this car with the partnership of Mazda. So you're gonna see a lot of Mazda logo when we open that hood, and you're gonna see also a lot of similarity between what should have been the Mazda 2. But Mazda canceled the project, and thanks to that, we have a car that's gonna be fun to drive with, you know, the Mazda zoom zoom style and the legendary reliability of Toyota. So will it be a good mix? One thing is sure, for 2016, new look, new redesign, new mechanics, new interior, new everything. That's what we're gonna see this week, the new Yaris 2016 at Car Question. And it's time to look at the exterior styling of the Yaris Sedan. So let's start with a good overview, and there you go, guys. It's not bad for a compact, it's not bad for a small sedan, just like this one. So they made the good changes to the style. You can see, yes, a little bit of Kudo influence in it. Look at the front end, you know, they did what they do usually now with the forms that you can see right now, which is the signature of Toyota, you know, those trapezoidal front end. You've got the grille, look at the insertion here, a nice opening which gives a little bit of sport side, and I also love the black accent with the plastic that they've put in, and the chrome contour right there, which is gonna go all the way up to one end and to another. So gone are the gold dual, you know, plastic bumper, which were not the same color of the car. Look at the lights. You've got chrome going all the way up from the lights, which is gonna, you know, adjust with that kind of styling right there. So big lights. And when you look at the hood, nice line, nice design over here. And you can see the line, which is quite perfect, good assembly, no gap when you check all the lights that you got there. If you move to the side, once again, a nice design, a nice dynamic design. And when you look at the wheels, you know, those are steel alloy wheels, quite standard with some hubcaps. And the size is quite particular though. So it's 185/60/16. The only problem right now is that there's not a lot of tire choice when you check that size on some website, you know, to buy any tires. So right now we are running winter tire, observe GSI 5. It's not a bad tire, it's gonna give you a good tread, but once again, it's just okay for the car. When you look at the line on the side of the car, so you can see right now there's some form of wave. I'm gonna change the angle. Right now you can see one line going all the way up from here, and it's going to be another line which is going to be more discreet and start to go up all the way to the mirror. So standard mirror. Remember, when you take the premium option, you're going to get some fog lights, you're going to get some alloy wheels, you're going to get also some heated mirrors, and that's going to change the style of this Yaris. Let me turn on the rear lights for you. When you move to the rear, you can see the similarity between a Mazda 3 and this one. You can see the Mazda inspiration. Once again, no LED, This nice line of chrome that you can see. And guess what, you know, when there's any impact with your lights, it's simple halogen bulbs. If you got something burned, no problem, it's not gonna cost a lot to change that, and that's what we like with compact car. Nice Yaris chrome signature right there. And look, you can also see the form in the trunk, the same form that you got in the front end of the car. So once again, a nice design, nice line. And look what they did with the reflector. The reflector, usually they are so big, round, and you know, they tend to eliminate some style in the rear end of the car. And you've got some plastic lip, and you can see the chrome exhaust tip. That's a nice thing. So let's open the trunk. Haha, no button to open the trunk. That's something which is missing right now. So anywhere you press, you can see right under that. So it's only big plastic things. You don't see any button, and you have to take your remote, your keyless entry, and simply push on the button and open the trunk. So talking about keyless entry, even if you pull on the handle or if you want to lock it, you don't have any button, so you have to use the button on your remote control. There's no sunroof, but not too bad. When you look at that, right now, the Yaris Sedan is a good exercise of styling. It's looking good, and I think it would please to a lot of buyers. All right, now it's time to look at the interior of the Yaris Sedan. So as soon as you open the door, you can see the improvement that they made over the previous version. Okay, it's looking like leather right now, but you know what? It's hard plastic. It's not that hard, but it's usual for a compact sedan. So you've got some fabrics right there. You got a good silver handle. And one thing which is quite cool, you've got the automatic window, which is not common for compact cars. Electrical mirror, nice places to put some storage right there. You've got a speaker, and look at that, you've got some leather accent, and look at the blue right there, the blue stitches. When you look at inside the car, you can see the blue in those seats, and that's a match. So you've got your handle to raise or lower your seat, and the little thing is, when you open the door, you can see that your seat is quite in the back, but that's usual for a compact car, so you have to make a different movement to sit in. When you look at that, once again, nice material, nice touch, nice new design, and when you sit in, it's quite complete, it's quite unique, but you've got the Mazda look with the radio right now. So it's plastic right there, and you can see a nice silver line which is surrounded by air ducts, and when you can send the air wherever you want, and you can adjust simply the speed of the air with that knob right there. You got another one which is rectangular, quite different, which is a little bit broken, the line that you can see if you raise it or lower it, and that part is different when you look at that. Nice leather, once again, the blue stitches going all the way to here from to there. So you've got this little carbon also, which is found nearly in every part of the car. When you look at the steering wheel, you can see that little carbon there. It's going to be the same thing here in the storage spaces, and once again, nice material, nicely done. Look at the steering wheels. Nice metallic accent, but it's plastic right now. You can see once again the nice touches. It doesn't feel like hard plastic. It's still a little bit soft, just soft enough, you know. to give you a little bit of luxurious feeling. So nice command, everything is quite simple, and when you look at the seat, you know they're gonna hold you in place, that's for sure. And a nice fabric, so if you got any little stains, it's gonna be you're gonna be able to clean that pretty quickly. And when you look down there, you got a nice rubber mat with the Yaris logo that you can find. If you go up there, you're gonna see just yellow lights. You can switch on or off, and you're gonna have a place to put your goggles in, sun visor with a mirror, but no lights. So the girl, if you bring a girl, she's gonna find that there's no lights, and she's not gonna like that. Besides that, you've got the places of your speaker right there if you go for the premium version, but I remind you, this is the base version, so we don't get electric seat and we don't get all the options, but you know what, I can live with that. Everything seems so simple and well legit. So we're gonna start the car. It's a start stop button right there, so I press it once, you're gonna see all the equipment which is going to be turned on. And I love the design, you know, this big circle with your speed right there, and you can see all the information, your revolution per minute, which is going to be shown on this side. And on the other side, if you want to change the display, you press on the info button, and there you go, you can see your average fuel consumption right now, 5.9 liters per 100. You've got your temperature, you've got your average speed, your range, and it's quite complete. And I love that. So if we move to the center, you've got your display, your radio display, which is coming out of your dashboard right now. And everybody's asking me, oh, can I remove that? No, it's not a remote control, so you cannot remove that. And if you go with the premium version, you're gonna have a bigger screen, which is gonna be tactile. But the only problem with that screen is, look at that. I'm in my sitting position, and see, I've got long arms, and I cannot get to the volume without pulling myself forward. It's a good thing that I've got the volume right there on the steering wheel, so that's going to be a shortcut. But you know, if I want to access a specific memory or change the media, you know, I'm gonna have to go with the button on this one right now. And the Bluetooth configuration of my phone is gonna be done through here, through the vocal command menu, and I can send also some command for the radio. But you know what, it's kind of long when you go through all the process, you know, to link your phone. So you've got memories for your radio. So if you put it into FM, so you've got memories that you can switch pretty easily. You've got the tune, you've got the FM AM. Once again, quite simple, and it's a good display, good color choice, just a nice brightness, just like the way we like it. And when you press on the media, this is going to be the place where it's going to go read your USB key, or simply move into the audio Bluetooth mode of your phone that you're gonna have a link to that. So right now I'm gonna put it back into USB. The menu is quite simple. So you've got your ACL level, so the car is gonna adjust the volume with the speed that you're gonna do. And as soon as you select, let's say your bass, let's say your treble, there you go, you can switch it, and you can see that it can be done pretty easily with the car. You can also enter a Bluetooth setup menu. I have not tried it, and I had more success with the audio command for the setup of the Bluetooth. You can switch a folder with up and down on there, and if you want to select memories or select auto memories with the radio, you can press on that button and it's gonna be done. For the radio quality, well, it's not the premium audio system that we have right now, so it's just okay. But you know what? It's not that awesome when you put some bass into it. If we move to the lower part, that's going to be quite simple around here. Let's turn on the light so you can see pretty clearly. You're going to have a display with your airbag. You're going to have your temperature, AC, power of the temperature, no problem, defrost. And what I like is that you have middle position, so if you don't want it completely to your feet, you can switch it between the middle right there, and it's going to be between those two modes. So I think it's a cool thing when you want, you know, to select your temperature and be more comfortable. if we move down there, look at that. You've got a nice big opening to put your phone and whatever size your phone is. And by the way, that's the key. That's quite simple to unlock, lock, hold for distress and opening of your trunk. I love the opening right there, which is quite wide, so if you got a big phone, a big tablet style phone, no problem with that. So you can have your USB keying in there, you've got your auxiliary input, and you have your 12-volt connection, which is hidden under there. If we move down there, you've got your manual 6-speed transmission, and guess what? I like the course of it. You know, it's not that long. It's quite precise, so when you switch the gear, you know, there's a lot of effort to be made, and if you want to go into reverse, you push down there, you move it to the side, and there you go, reverse has been selected. Once again, nice touches of imitation of carbon, and you've got another finish which can only be seen on the side of here. Move to the silver. You've got some storage space, some cup holders, and another storage space that you can configure with that little plate right there. Your handbrake. And if you take the premium version, all these places is going to be replaced with some command of your audio system. So if we move to the glove box, there you go, nice glove box. Your nice rubber mats also, which are quite neat with the Yaris logo on there, but you can't find a Mazda logo when you look at those mats. So let's go for a little startup of the engine. There you go. You can feel that it's a tiny 1.5 liter engine. So let's turn it off and go to the rear seat. And the rear seat, look at that. As soon as you open the door, you're gonna see that same blue accent, that's for sure. And one thing that you're gonna have to do is to adjust your headrest, because if your passenger just come right in, sit in right there and let that down, they're gonna have something pushing their back, and we don't like that. So you have to raise them and then take place inside. So you've got the space which is left by the front seat in my usual seating position, and it's soft material. And the only problem with the rear is that you have no cup holders nowhere. So if you've got passenger, you cannot lower anything right there, you know, to give them more comfort with their drinks. And I think that's the thing which is missing right now. They could have put something right there, but it would have took a lot of space. So we've got the folding seat, which are 60/40, and you don't have any lever or nothing, you know, to fold the seat. So you have to go in the back. Oh, I forgot, no button there. And by the way, if you want to remove your traction system, right there's the button, the trunk, there you go, and you've got two things that you can pull for the hood and for your gas cover. So right there, you've got your opening of the trunk, and look at that, look how big it is. Seriously, it's impressive. And look at the finish, you know, you've got some plastic finish inside, which is not going to be bad, you know, to remove the sound of the road when you're riding this car. So you've got your net, which is coming with the car, so that you can put in all the way up to there. And if you lift that place, you're going to see your spare tire. But right now, I'm not going to be able to do it with my only arm available. So I pull on this lever, and you're going to see the seat. And by the way, I have to lower that first. There you go. And lower the seat. So there you go, you can have more volume of space, at least in the trunk more than a Corolla, but that's going to give you a big gap between the floor of the trunk and the seat. You can see that big gap right now, so it's good for giving you an opening, but it's not that big when it comes to this part. A nice solid feeling when you close the door. And now for the engine. Let's open it. There you go. And you can see that 1.5 liter engine. Everything is near you. You want to check your oil, you want to put some oil in, there you go, it's quite on top. The windshield washer, same thing, you know, you don't have to lean over your car to be dirty. And look at that, you can see a lot of Mazda logo. So if we move down there, I'm gonna zoom, you can see that every paper, every part has a little Mazda logo when you look at it. So check that engine mount, quite big. That's kind of strange that we got those vibrations when we are at idle with the car. The battery, the air filter, there you go. Complete engine, complete car. Nicely placed, you know, to do your own maintenance. Let's talk about the road handling of the new Yaris or the Scion IA if you want. They made a lot of change to it, and that's a good thing. The partnership between Mazda and Toyota, I think it's good because you can feel the difference as soon as you sit in this car. You can feel it on how it handles, how it brakes. You can feel it with the manual transmission. Even on the bumps, you know, while you're on the road, you've got some bumps, say no problem with that, the car is going to handle smoothly. As soon as you're in the turn, you can give it a little input, a little bit power, and there you go, you're gonna have fun at that curve. And that's the thing that Toyota missed in the past. While you go with the Eco sedan, while you go with the old Yaris sedan, and you're gonna see it's a complete change, and that's a good thing. So let's talk about the motorization that we have in this car. There's only one engine available. That's a 1.5 liter, and that's the good old engine that we keep and keep and keep. I think in 2006 it was the same thing. It's the 1.5 liter, that's going to give you 106 horsepower, and that's going to be at high revolution at 6,000 RPM. You're going to get 103 pound-feet of torque, which is average, you know, for this kind of car. But you know what, in compact car, we're used to small engine, we're used to having good fuel consumption, we're used to, you know, to not have strong acceleration, but we can still enjoy the car. And that's what's happening right now with the Yaris, because you've got a good transmission, you've got the choice between a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed automatic with a sports mode. The manual, it's quite precise. I was surprised, and there's not a long travel between the gear. Going to fourth, no problem. Going to third, stepping it, well, 5,000, 6,000. There you go, red. Shifting in fourth, hey, no problem. As soon as I step in on the clutch, there you go, fourth, 5, 6. See, no problem. You can switch quickly, and it's precise. So you reduce the chance of having a misshift with that car, that's for sure. But you know, on straight line, not that fun, because there's not a lot of horsepower in the car. But still, with the suspension, you've got an independent front suspension. In the rear, they opted for the stabilizer bar design, which is an older design, but it's reliable. So less maintenance, no problem with that. And it's not gonna be, you know, that bumpy on harsh road. And when you're gonna get into a curve, you're gonna be able to get a good road handling. It could even be better if there was better tire, because the size that we have right now is 185 60 16. You're gonna have problem finding performance tire in those size, and it's not large, you know. So when you want to have fun, you know, driving the car around, having some fun in the curves, you're gonna have probably to do a switch with those tires. So right now the size is gonna be a problem, that's for sure. But besides that, when you're into braking, well, guess what? You've got drum in the rear. That's a thing also that we don't see quite often. But you know what? Maintenance fee are gonna be quite low. So the disc in the front are not gonna cost a big price because they're small. And you know what? It gives enough braking. The only thing is when you go on wet tarmac, or you go on ice or on snow, as soon as you're gonna step in on the brake, the ABS is gonna come in, and it's coming in quickly. So you're gonna remain in control of the vehicle, and that's gonna be a perfect control because you will be able, you know, to do your maneuvers, no problem with that. But you know, as the driver that I am, I would like to have a little bit more latitude, you know, to give me perhaps more braking before the ABS kicks in. Besides that, the direction is precise. It's more a Mazda feeling than a Toyota feeling that we had in the past, and once again, that's a good thing. When I'm driving, I'm in a comfortable position, no problem for that. A little bit far from my audio system, that's for sure. And by the way, when you open or close the door, short person are gonna have some problem. You know, if the door is fully extended, you're gonna have to go pull yourself out of the seat, pull that door closed, and that's a long way from reach. So be careful if you open your door, and if there's wind or something like that, hold it firmly, because if it leaves your hand and you're short, it's going to be directly in the car next to you. Other feeling while I'm driving it, you know what? No problem with the car. I just love how complete it is. And when I say complete, the instrument, the safety, security, traction control, stability system, ABS, name it, those things I didn't have when I owned my first compact car. I even get an indicator telling me when to shift my gear. Right now I was riding into fifth, put it into sixth, because that's gonna be the way that I'm gonna save more fuel. And by the way, if you're a student or, you know, just learning how to drive manual, and you're scared, you know, of going in a hill, trying to the clutch, and there you go, the car's gonna move backward. Well, guess what? The car comes equipped with a safety system that's gonna hold the car in place and for a few seconds, and you won't hit the car behind you in a hill. The only thing that you're gonna do is probably let the tires slip, and there you go, you're gonna see your traction system bling inside, and that's gonna be all. And that's why I think it's a good car for starter. And it's so equipped, all the airbags, and thanks to that, all the security feature that you have. If you have an impact, you're gonna be greatly protected in the car. So it's not because it's small that it doesn't come equipped with everything that you need if any incident happens. Complete in the gauge cluster, complete on the multimedia system. I would have probably gone for the more equipped version, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you get the automatic for 18,000. It's only 20,000 to get the fully equipped with the heated seat, the GPS, navigation, and why not, you know? Why not pay full price for this one? Because back in my time, you didn't have a car that handled so cool as this one, and with all the equipment that you need with the compact class. And that's why right now I'm looking at it, even in the interior, you know, the finish that they made to it, and I'm quite surprised that they put so much into a small car like that. Let's talk about fuel economy, because fuel economy is important. You know, you're a student, you're on low budget, probably not just a student, you know, family that want to buy a second car for the kids. And by the way, if the kids throw this car around, you know, push the car to the limit, You've got so many security systems, as I told you before, and they won't be able, you know, to push it too far thanks to the power, but thanks to everything that equip this car. And fuel consumption is important. I've thrown this car a lot of performance driving in it. I tried not to be gentle with it, and I only achieved 7.5 liter per 100 kilometer on that car. Right now I say, wow, that's high, but guess what? That was in a way to try to make the car consume a lot of fuel. And when I try, you know, to be more gentle with it and quite gentle with my usual driving style, I fall right on the numbers that Toyota is giving us right now. So it's 6.7 liter, you know, combined highway and city for the Yaris, and it's going to be 6.4 if you go for the automatic version of it. And by the way, put it into normal if you want to achieve that score, that's for sure. So right now, I think that's a good thing with the fuel consumption, but we try to push it even farther, you know, trying to be slow, trying to be a little pain for the other driver, you know how it is, but you know what, sometimes we just want to drive. So the best that we did was a 5 liter per 100 kilometer, and that's a good thing for a car like this one. So in resume, good car, fully equipped, good comfort, bring my friends along, no problem. We're gonna go for a road trip, or you know what, while I'm going to go to school, I'm gonna have my music, my fully equipped car, and I'm gonna thank Daddy for giving me a little help to pay for it. Let's compare the Yaris Sedan to any other vehicles that we have right now on the market. The first car that I think about is the Chevrolet Sonic. You know, it's not the same design, not the same style, you know, it's not directly in the vibe that we tend to do with compact cars, but you've got an engine which is bigger and gonna offer you more horsepower, but the fuel consumption is gonna be higher. The other model that I can think right now is in another Renault, that's for sure, but it's the Ford Fiesta. When you equip it with the ST package, this is gonna be a pocket rocket. If we move to the smaller version, you know, with all the engine choice that you have, you're gonna pay a little bit more, but you've got some great system like the Microsoft Sync, which is quite interesting when you love multimedia system. The other direct competition that I can think about is the Korean, and those are the more aggressive one. I think about the Hyundai Accent, I think about the Kia Rio, and for the price, you're gonna have a lot of standard equipment, that's for sure, and a good warranty too. But the only problem is when you look to keep this car for a long time, you know, you want to keep it for all your years of study, or I don't know, it tends to lose a lot of value over time, and you don't see a lot of older accent, a lot of older Kia Rio right now on the roads. And when you look at this one, you're seeing a lot of Yaris Sedan, a lot of Yaris hatchback still rolling our street, even if they are more than 10 years old, and that's a good thing. Resale value is important. You want to sell your car after a few years. The Koreans are going to go like this, and the Toyota is going to keep a lane which is not going to go down that fast when you compare it to the other models. So this is going to be a choice that you're going to have to make. One thing is sure, competition is pretty aggressive. There's even some competition directly in the Toyota lineup. Let me explain you why. Look at the Corolla base price. The Corolla 6-speed manual has a base price of $15,995. It's lower than that? Yes, but you know what? Here's the catch. You don't have an AC, you don't have, you know, remote keyless entry, you don't have those little hook in the trunk, you know, to tie up your thing, no cruise control. When you want to get your head in the headrest in the rear, they are fixed, so a little less comfort. No audio command with your voice, you know, to control your multimedia system. So there's a lot of things missing, but one thing is good. You've got a good armrest and you've got an engine which is more powerful. But right now, if you want more space, guess what? 369 liters of space for the Corolla, 382 for the Yaris. When you look at the trunk, you've got more space in this one. But for your passenger, if you want more leg room, the Corolla is going to be the best choice, that for sure. But you know what? No climatization in the summer. I'm not going for that. I need to be cool even riding in the hot sun. So it's now time for maths grade. So I'm going to give it an A. And here's why. Let's start with the minus points. First of all, when the car is stopped, you're going to feel some vibration. That's kind of weird, because when you look at the engine mount, those big engine mount that you can see as soon as you open the hood, you can't imagine this car, you know, having some vibration at a red light or when you're just waiting in traffic. The configuration of the Bluetooth, you know, it takes a long time with your phone. I know it's not an operation that you do quite often, but it's a little bit more complicated than in the other cars. So the integration of the multimedia system, the radio, you can see just coming out of the dashboard, and that's not anonymous like for everybody, okay? Some people say to me, what is that? Why is it coming out like that? Can you pull it off? And they tend to grab it. So there's going to be a little bit more integration to do to that. And it's even more present when you go for the premium package with the big screen. And talking about it, when you add some option, the price is going up pretty quickly. So you can end up paying this car a lot when you compare it to the base price. Another downside, which is quite important, is tire availability. You know, the unique size that they've put on this car restrain a lot of choice when it comes to choosing either summer tire or winter tire. So I hope tire manufacturers are gonna offer us more choice for this, the size that they put in on the Toyota Yaris, because it's important and it's sometimes completely change how the car handles in summer or even in winter. On the plus side, the transmission is quite good. Either if you go for the manual, either if you go for the automatic, you're gonna see that they made a lot of work with those transmission, and they're effective, so they're gonna save you a lot of fuel. You finally got some good vibes when you're driving that car. Good driving precision with the steering effort that you're putting in. The braking is just okay. You've got decent acceleration, but you're gonna have fun with that car, and that's a good thing, because I don't remember having fun driving the older version of the Yaris. That's for sure. So the car is pretty economics. You're not going to consume a lot of fuel with this one, and that's a good thing. And you know what? The quality of the material inside, the quality of the steering wheels, the quality of the plastic, the quality of the leather, of the seat, that's a good thing. When you look at that, they've done a great job with the overall quality of the car. So there you go, guys. I think it's great that I'm giving it an A, that's for sure. In conclusion, finally some zoom driving in a Toyota. That's a good thing. And if you're a student or just a person that likes a car and don't want to spend a lot of money, and you want to do some road trip, you want to have some decent equipment, well, there you go. You've got a compact car which is going to deliver a lot to go anywhere you want, and it's not going to cost a lot of fuel, and that's what we like right now about the Yaris Sedan. So if you like the video, well guys, subscribe, and if you have any question, feel free to write to us, because we are CarQuestion, and see you another time.